Hi, good evening friends. I am Kiran Mota, working as Assistant Vice President in Syndrome Technologies based out of Mumbai. I would like to thank WeSchool and the entire team behind this who has given me this opportunity to share my thoughts along with my experience. As I graduated in commerce a decade and a 1.5 decade ago, I chose IT sales as my career. As I was moving ahead in my career, being a part of middle management in my previous company, I was managing a sales team, its operation, visiting my customers, helping sales team to achieve their goals. A thought came in my mind for pursuing a management degree or a management course which will actually add more value to my career. There were many management institutes, many colleges which were there, but the difficulty was how do I manage it along with my personal, professional and studies. Since I was carrying a good amount of experience, I thought Welingkar's hybrid program will definitely add more value in my career. Studying in Welingkar gave me a boost and started a new journey in my life. Though it was difficult to manage initially, but gradually I managed both professional and personal life along with my studies. What really benefited me was the networking and the connect with all the professors which we worked with and the past students where I connected them through our earlier batches. We used to discuss their professional experience in their work environment and how did they cope up with the difficulties which they face. The additional benefit which I got from Welingkar's, what about the structure of the course? There are VCF lectures which are taken online by the professors. These lectures helped us to clear our concept. As in sales, we used to keep on traveling. We were not at one particular location to attend the lectures. Hence, these virtual lectures helped us to attend the course on the move, attend the lectures and probably listen them and get the insight of the subject. There were also PCP lectures which I attended. These lectures also helped us to interact with the professors one-to-one and how do we actually implement the reality in our work experience. We got to know that. We also attended few workshops on various topics which helped us to enhance our skills and apply them in our work experience. So in a way, my journey was a flexible journey with Welingkar's. I'm sure if I could manage my personal and professional life along with this curriculum, you can also manage it well. So there are few questions which has come up from few students which actually I would like to share and answer them in a systematic manner. There is a question coming from Shikha. What kind of people should opt for a distance learning program? Now Shikha, I would like to share my views. As I earlier told and earlier said, as I was moving up in my corporate ladder, there were multiple things I used to manage. There was sales operation, I used to manage my team and I used to manage customers. Managing the operations, managing customers and managing the entire team was actually not a simple task. Then a mindset came that I need to add a management degree or a course to my education as a management course which I need to add in my career. But I was also in dilemma that how do I manage both? So keeping all these things in my mind, I researched and chose Welingkar because of the benefits and the flexibility which Welingkar's gave it to me. The beauty of the program was the VCF lectures, the PCPs which allowed me to get connected and the flexibility which I also got when I was traveling. So it's an individual who would like to add and enhance his education qualification while doing his current job. I'm sure if I would have managed it, you can easily do well. I hope, Shika, you have got this question answered your query, and you can actually go for it. The second question which I got from Neha is, what tips would you give professionals for maximizing sales? Now, being into sales from so many years, I would actually go a little bit deeper and brief you. First of all, we need to increase our breadth horizontally and vertically in terms of reach and the product line. Focus on the customers who have multiple branches, as you will be managing that single customer, his branches, and in large numbers. Then automatically at your end, the higher requirement from one single customer. Ultimately, sales work on 80-20 ratio, which is 20% of your customers will buy the 80% of your business or 80% of your solution, which also means 20% of your time generates 80% of the business. So the most important thing in this is to retain your existing customers, as you do not need to give every time a first pitch when you go for a new customer. Even if at the first meet you need to have a 2 to 3 meetings which will build a rapport, and then you are through with the customer. So keep in mind all these things when you want to maximize your sales and add revenue to your company. Yeah, there is one more question which has come from Rohan. How should intern students approach their first sales job? Yeah, so Rohan, I would like to tell you, first of all, you need to choose the right field of your interest. Once you choose your interested job, you need to choose a company which will give you opportunity to manage and give you an ample opportunity to grow. I think that is the initial stage which you need to approach and take ahead your career. The next question is from Nilanka. How to become a successful sales executive? Yeah, Nilanka. So I would like to give you an answer in such a way. First and foremost, it's always a discipline of yourself. Understand customers' requirement, then position your company, then position your product. In sales, it is always the motivation factor that will boost sales executive. So you have to be a highly motivated person within, and then you can fast grow and close the deals and keep the ball rolling. Sales is always a revenue. Revenue means you need to generate more revenue for your company. The most important thing is to involve the right person at the right time from your team to provide the right solution to the customer's requirement. What additional I can tell you is, it is also important that you should involve your seniors and your immediate authorities at the customer place during the course or during the closures, which will help you to enhance and discuss and upsell the solutions which your seniors will talk to them, which will again in turn add revenue to the company and will generate more inquiries from that particular customer, and will have a great relationship with the sales guys and the customers. I hope, Nilanka, I have answered your query. And coming to another question, a question from Nikita. What's your ultimate career aspiration? So for me, my aspiration is I want to be at the top of the core team and manage a company. Another question which I got from Raj. What are the most important sales skill? So skills it was we need to develop, we need to understand and make sure that customer pain points are addressed at the right time. It's the pain point which clicks the customer and boosts the sales. If when the pain points are actually addressed, we are sure that there is a sure shot requirement at the customer place, and at that particular time we need to give the right solution to a customer. Adding to that, the most important sales is also to address the customer's interest. There is one more question from Avantika. What traits do you believe make up the most effective sales representative? Again Avantika, as I told you, in sales it is like most important you need to understand customer's pain point. Adding to that, it is important to be confident about your product. Be confident what you are selling. You should also be a good listener. You should have your sales team, or you should also have a multitasking job where you can do multiple things at a time. You should always have a broad view, broad mind, and you should always be honest and ethical, because being in sales, it is like reputation of yourself and the company which you are representing. So you are the face of your company. So it is better to have a clean and ethical, honest approach with the customer to make sure that you are a good sales guy. Another question which I got from Reshu: what's your opinion on the role of learning in sales? Now Reshu, I can address this. Sales is always a learning process. Being into sales, we should always get updated on our products, updated on the technology, as it depends upon industry specific, which industry you belong into. You should always get updated on the technology and the product which you sell. Slight in-depth knowledge is also needed for you to have that discussion with the customer at the customer end as well, so that you have that gelling with the customer, and customer also understands that you know the topic at a greater scale, and he shares with you the more important aspects of his business and his pain point to make sure that his business runs effectively. So I have another question from Ashton. What is your least favorite part of sales process? Okay, Ashton, I'll answer this. Although it may be different from sector to sector, I will preferably answer to you in terms of IT industry. Like for us, it may not be a least favorite part, but though a tough thing or a tough start for the process. It's initial lead generation and fixing up the meetings. Once the lead generated, once the meeting is fixed, you come to know what type of customer it is, whether he is going to buy your solution, whether he has the budget of that particular solution, or how he is going to take it ahead. What is the sales process within his organization, and how many people are involved in his decision making. So the initial thing to fix up a meeting and generating a lead is actually an important part. Though it is not a least favorite, but I would tell it is the important part, and nothing in the sales process is least important. Even if we talk about the closure meetings or the initial meetings, all the things in the sales process are important. So we have one more question from Shailesh. When do you stop pursuing a client? Again Shailesh, it depends upon customer to customer, person to person, who is handling what, and it depends upon the industry. I would like to share my experience. After meeting a customer, we need to actually look at what are the customer budgets, what is the customer expectation from you from this particular solution, and what would be what that lead is if it doesn't have a financial strong status to buy this solution. After all these things would come once you meet the customer. So it is not that we have to stop or don't go at the customer place to understand his requirement, but yes, these things are important to make sure that you further interact with customer or not. Yeah. So I have one more question. How does the distance learning course help me in your professional venture? This question is from Aman. Yeah, hi Aman. Yes, definitely it helped me to actually implement in my work culture, in my environment, where I can actually gel with people and interact with people more efficiently, enhancing my skills. So after I joined my Welingkars, I have actually find that I have enhanced my skills in terms of networking, in terms of talking with people, in terms of talking to higher authorities and gauging them and understanding how to get the mind share of people and get the business from corporate segment. I hope this answers your query. We have one more question from Nupur. Does the distance learning course provide is equivalent to a regular MBA? So Nupur, if I can share with you my experience. See, distance learning program here is altogether a different concept with the facilities which Welingkar is providing. It is not that the MBA which are being done by other institutes and this institute is at different level. Here we have few flexibility programs like PCPs, like VCFs, and along with it there are also workshops which need to be attended where you can enhance your skills, and we can also have a group discussion done with our colleagues or the students which are there in our batches and the previous students, where we can ask them their experience, their professional discussion, what is happening in their industry. So actually we can meet multiple industry people at one go, at one stretch, and I got to know this information and this benefit from Welingkar Institute. So actually the difference is like you need to experience this. It is all about our experience, and I would rate accordingly at the Welingkar Institute. We have one more question from Priya. What was your motivation, inspiration behind taking up the distance learning program? So Priya, for me, the motivation is be active, be aggressive, move ahead. It is not that I completed my graduation 1.5 decade old and then I have stopped my studies. I actually wanted to enhance my skills from my experience in my job and apply them from the learning which I got from the current course. So distance learning program is flexibility which I have adapted here and which has helped me to enhance my skills in my career and my personal and professional life. So I wanted to share my success mantra. My success mantra is trust, value people, and transparency. In whichever way you deal with people, always think that you should value people. Valuing people will actually make you a different person, and it will actually help you to move you ahead in your life. And I would also like to inform you all, since I have done this from my busy schedules and my professional life, you can easily do it and do it well. It is not like do it, you can do it well. If anybody wants to enroll or do this MBA course, can please do contact Welingkar's DLP program team and can take it ahead. Thank you.